Hello, this is Jim with DC Digital. Today I'm demonstrating a DC-40T down and up. It's a BCD rotary switch set, minutes and seconds only, and it's powered, PoE powered, and it's a multifunction type timer, and what they're going to be using it for is fire stations. And what they want to do is be able, and what we've programmed it for, is that you can change it between either count down or count up. And that's simply done through a dip switch on the back. And I'll show you that. It's located right here on the case, or on the circuit board, I should say. It's dip switch number 1. So if you flip it up, and in up mode it is, and count up, or flip it down, it would be in down mode, and we'll show you that in a minute. And then you have to cycle the power in between. But right now I've got it in timer up mode, and then the rotary switches are set for, right now I've got them set for 2 minutes. So it would be this one set for 2 and then 0, 0. And what's going to happen is central office is going to activate the alarm, and it's going to activate this, and it gives the guys and gals so much time to get out, and they can see how fast they can get out of the firehouse. So simply, it's a maintained switch closure that is received, and it's held for the duration of how long it takes them to get out. And once they get out, then I'm assuming that central office is going to release the switch, and it's taken them 18 seconds to get out. It's pretty quick. However, and I'm going also to show you that there's a momentary reset set that you can set it for. You can reset it to 0, or simply the switch again will activate, we'll reset it to 0 and start counting up again. I'm going to go ahead and hit the reset switch. Shows you 2 minutes. Go ahead and start the timer. So what happens is when it reaches the so it has an indication that they have gone past the preset time. So whatever you set into these BCD rotary switches up on top, that presets the threshold for the count up. So right now it's counting up. We have an LED up here, upper left corner. It's counting up, and it's going off on the hundredths, tenths, and then you see the seconds, and then it will shift over to minutes and seconds once it gets above 59. And when it reaches the 2-minute part of the 2 minutes, it will activate a relay, which is on board of the timer, and then there's terminal blocks on the back, which they will have something that will indicate that either another type of alarm or a buzzer or a light of some sort locally, and then the display will start to flash. So at 2 minutes, the display will flash, relay will come on. Now this is the 2 minutes that I've set it for, but it could be 4, it could be whatever you set it for, up to 99.59. And what will happen is once it reaches that threshold, what I call threshold, and I've got it set for 2 minutes, it will flash the display, it'll pull in the relay, and also it will continue to count up. Now, it'll count up indefinitely. It'll count up until this reset switch, not reset switch, but till central office or this switch has been released, and it is maintained. So, I don't know if you heard it or not, but the relay pulled in. It's a 15-watt relay, normally open and normally closed relay. And you can see that it's flashing and it continues to count up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and release the central office switch, and that's indicating that's what time they got out. So they went past the 2 minutes. They were 20 seconds past. and it's given them also a visual indication that it's gone past that what they said threshold. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the switch again, and you can see that it resets and starts over. I'm going to stop it and show you the countdown mode. So right now I'm going to turn off the power, and to get into this case, it's simply just 4 screws, 4 6/32 Phillips head screws. Remove the back cover, and like I said earlier, there's a dip switch back here. It's pretty obvious. And then I'm going to flip dip switch number 1 down, and with a small flathead screwdriver, and go ahead and reset the power or turn the power back on, and you can see it's going through its check mode of all the LEDs. And then once it gets past that, it's going to show 0, and then the set time, as you can see, and this lower right hand LED is lit, indicating that it's in down mode. So right now it's showing the set time from what it's going to count down from. So I'm going to simulate the central office sending and it starts to count down. Now likewise in the countdown mode, once the timer reaches 0, it will flash and then also pull in the relay again, energize the relay, okay? And then on the countdown mode, once it gets to 0, it'll start counting back up. So both modes, count down and count up, will continue to count up. So it'll reach 0, flash, and then you'll see it flashing and then start to count up. This is an all aluminum enclosure, 4-inch high LEDs. It can be mounted to a 4-square junction box or a handy box. Wire entry, if you need to, is there's 2 knockouts on the back and then 1 on the left side. Those are for half-inch knockout, conduit. They're 7/8 knockouts is what they are. And then we have 2 other keyhole slots for the mounting, if you want to mount them that way, on the back cover. And like I said, you can remove the back cover. It's 4 screws, and then we have modular jacks, modular plugs everything is plug-in and then easily mounted. The instructions, there's another set of just cheat sheets here on the back plate that tells you what the terminals are. There's 3 sets of terminals here on this opto board, and then there's 3 sets of terminals for your relay, normally closed and normally open, and then your armature. It's an RJ11 jack on the side for your Ethernet, power on, reset. So as you can see, it's reached 0 and starts to count back up. I'm going to release the switch, and it remains on that time that's overage. So it's 10 seconds, 49 hundredths. Then I'm going to go ahead and reset it. I can hit reset, momentary switch for reset, or I can start again. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's just start it again. And you can see it started at 2 again. So again, this is a multifunction. It counts up and counts down. Flashes up on both types of timers once it's reached its set value, or 0 depending on what mode it's in, and also pulls in a relay when it reaches that either set threshold or 0. So again, this is Jim with DC Digital, and this is a DC40T down up BCD with PoE power for its power. Thank you.